What's up, Knife Tube? It's Diamond Cut Steel, and you guys are going to learn something today. All right, so what we're going to do, this is kind of off the wall, but I typically don't cut test factory edges. But we're going to cut test the Spy27 factory edge. It's done really nice and symmetrical. Yeah, we're just going to cut test this because it needs to get an edge on it anyways. It's brand new. Got it rigged up left-hand carry because this is going to be a around the farm secondary knife. Yeah, they had them $118, couldn't pass it up. It's perfect secondary knife. So since we need a since it needs an edge, there ain't no sense in not cut testing the factory edge. So we are. I actually really love Spy27. I have quite a few knives in it. It is most certainly a good steel. Is it ludicrously high edge retention? No. But it sharpens extremely nicely. It touches up extremely nicely. It strops back extremely nicely. In fact, I believe it's the best stropping as far as a powder steel that strops back. Spy27, the best there is. It's crazy how dull that stuff can, on like some high concentration 9 micron from Lacey, you can bring that stuff back from ridiculously dull, and it'll come right back. So it's an awesome steel, and the edge retention isn't that bad. It's not S30V. It's better than S35VN. Not quite to like golden S30V, but it holds a finer edge than like S30V does. So if you like that kind of more fine, sticky edge, you'll like it better than S30V. Overall, I really like it. Whoops. Brand new, it needs to break in. Do a ceramic ball in there. Nice and slick. I don't want to cut myself because I ain't got a pocket clip to grab a hold of, so be careful. Nope, almost got to do it like that. No blade play. I love Manix lightweights. Fantastic knives. All right, so we're just going to do this on 1/2 inch because this, it's powder steel, so it should go on 3/4. But being this is just factory edge test, it is what it is. All right, so let's do it. Let me show you guys where we're at, where the factory edge is. Typical Spyderco. Beautiful. One. Manix really is probably my favorite knife. Probably my favorite platform. It's just, it does everything good. Don't expect a ton out of a factory edge. You're not going to get it. Looking good. I want to stick my microphone unclipped. I believe that was 5 or 6. Beautiful. I can feel it starting to get a little slick. And I'm willing to bet after a sharpening, it'll cut twice as much. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yep, that's it. Maybe not. Let me clean this edge. No, yeah, actually, you're good. I don't think it's got much more in it though. Still cutting pretty nice. Yep, that's it. Yep, that is it. I do believe. It might have a little more in it. Yeah, it's tearing. Okay. All right, we're good. Yeah, I can actually feel there's a slight catch and little roll in it. But watch. So we did on the factory edge 5, 6, 70 cuts. 70 cuts. But here, I'll show you something. This right here is what makes Spy27 such a fantastic user steel. This is what makes it such a fantastic user steel right here. Let's hop over to some 7.5 micron. at that. Like it's brand new. We want to take it a little more. Ow, just stuck myself. Now watch. That right there is what makes it such a good user steel. Just the way it strops back. There's literally no degrading of that edge. After that strop back. And it will do that from very dull. And it will do it over and over and over and over. And not get super slick, not get, you know, basically it'll keep doing that until the steel is so fatigued from use that it just starts getting dull so quickly that you pretty much, you know, you strop it back to a razor and very little use and it's back to needing to be stropped again. Once that happens, you know, then it's time to go ahead and sharpen the knife. But this, it'll come back to sharp over and over and over until the point to where you literally, the steel is so fatigued that you pretty much have to sharpen it. You can strop this stuff. It's incredible. It's incredible how strop responsive this steel is. Well, that was a relatively short video, so y'all wanna sharpen it? I heard Aiden say, yeah, let's do it. All right, so we did 70 on the factory. Yeah. What do y'all want to sharpen it on? Let's do... You know what we're going to do? I'm just going to put a Shapton Kuromaku 15 hundo on it. And that's where we're gonna set it and finish it on Shapton Kuromaku 1500. That sounds like a plan. What y'all think? What y'all think? I think it sounds like a good one. I think it sounds like a good one. Let's where's my door at? There we go. Let's knock this factory apex off. Okay. She be dull. Let's do it. I could start out on like 220 and remove some steel, but I'm not gonna, because those first two or three edges aren't, are gonna not last all that long in the first place. So, can y'all see? So we're not really overly concerned about that. Factory edge looks like it's probably about 18. So all we're really wanting to do right now is just form a fresh apex. We're not really trying to remove that much steel because like I said, the first couple edges not going to last very. Whoa, that made me dip. That Spidey nub made me see it slip on me. See it slip? Be careful of that. That's where they miss it, the plunge, where they leave that little nub. Calls them that. I'll sharpen that out after 2 or 3 sharpenings. I'll tell you what, they do run this steel fairly hard. I'm not sure where, but it has to be upwards like 61, 61 and a half. Okay. I'm not worried about this right here. See where I missed? I'm not worried about that. I'll get that out on the diamond plate. Wow, I'm a little bit over angled. That was shallower than I thought it was. Yeah, that angle changed because I could feel the bevel grab the stone. You can see it starts to thicken up right about there, and that's where my scratch pattern starts to not cover the whole scratch pattern. I'm just going to leave it how it is. This right here is a bark knife. I'm not worried about the most beautiful edge on it. When I want to get the bevel perfectly consistent, I'll do it on a diamond plate. Let me see. Yeah, it's about the same. So I'm going to do it the same, actually. It's going to basically be a half micro bevel for half of the blade. I'll clean it up on a diamond plate later down, after it's got a few edges on it. Once I want to get the bevel to, be perfectly consistent and all that mess. Right now, this is just a user edge. Paper towel. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's deburr it. And this will be ready for work tomorrow. The steel does deburr very nicely too. I already feel burr popping loose. That feels relatively clean of burr. This is not going to be the most beautiful edge. As you can see, the angle lowered up here. I'm perfect back here. That's just because the bevel's inconsistent from the factory. But I'm not worried about that. Okay, let's make a couple edge leading deburring passes. Catching any of them little burr fragments that are remaining. Okay, see where we're at. Nice toothy edge. That's what we want. Let's make a couple passes on the strop. Just do it on some 5 micron. Okay. We should be very, very keen, very high bite. That's what I wanted to hear. Nice and keen. Easily push cuts, but you can hear the tooth. That's what I love so much about the Shapton 1500. It's kind of the black sheep of the Kuromaku family. But personally, I think it's the most versatile stone out of the whole ordeal. Because it's that perfect grit size to where you get very keen edge, but you also, it's still got a lot of bite. The 1K might have a little too much aggression. The 2K might be slightly too fine. The 1500 is perfect. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Lots of bite. Whoops. Lots of bite. I don't feel any burr fragments on here. But yeah, we got lots of bite, but we're also very keen. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. This is going to be a very, very useful knife when I'm out in the field. And after 2 or 3 sharpenings, I'll take it to a diamond plate or like a vitrified 400, and set the bevel where I want it, probably at 15 degrees per side. And yeah, but for right now, this is a perfect edge for my needs of this knife. So there it is. All right, guys, hope y'all learned something. Hope that was enjoyable, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.